here. How are you guys? Are you having fun at Otakon?
Yes, I'm trying right now.
This is my favorite. How many were not here yesterday? How many are, this is your first Q&A that I've got to have you? Welcome. We had fun yesterday. I wanted to show a little bit of the concert. That's the live concert DVD. Ooh, look. I think I'm beaming down. Energize, Mr. Spock. Don't have the power. I wanted to show a little bit of the concert DVD. That's a brand new live concert DVD that I just put together, and I've got it available here this weekend. The music's good, I think. I hope. The picture's good, like it looks good, but even better than that, there's stuff on
I like
DVD.
stuff.
What kind of stuff, you ask?
Oh my god!
I'll tell you. Hey, Mandy. It's oh Mandy. You came and you gave without taking. I told her I love Barry Manilow just too much. I had to do it.
I'm gonna cry.
The special things on the DVD. How many of you ever heard of something that I did years ago called Full Metal Fantasy? Andy, do you know about that? OMG, you're about to find out. Okay, shortly after the first Full Metal Alchemist started, we were about 6 or 7 episodes in, and I was so excited about this show. I was having so much fun. And I had done like 50 or 60 shows by then, but nothing had really grabbed me the way that Full Metal did. And so I made up this idea where, oh, let's be honest, I was looking for a way to cosplay, okay? There, I said it. But I thought I should ask some of the other voice actors if they would like to cosplay as their characters as well. And they're all like, yeah, let's do it. So we got together one weekend in Houston, Texas, and we shot something called Full Metal Fantasy. And the only time there's my boy, come on, Gladney, give it up. How are you? Come on.
I'm also from Lynchburg.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So we made this thing, but the only place you could ever see it was at a convention. I didn't sell it. It wasn't on the internet. It was special for conventions. For years and
Mom,
years.
you're gonna see it.
And then Funimation asked me to stop showing it because they were concerned that maybe it would make the Japanese company that owned Full Metal Alchemist a little bit mad because we didn't have any actual permission, you know what I mean, to release it, the live action Full Metal Alchemist. So I didn't show it for a very long time. 4 or 5 years went by, and then Funimation contacted me and they said, you know what, it's been quite a while. If you want to go ahead and start showing it at conventions again, you can. So I started showing it at conventions, but still, that was the only place you could ever see it. And when I do live music concerts, I often show it in the context of the concert. So when I put together this concert DVD, I thought, hey, why not, right? Let's just go ahead and put it on the concert DVD so that people that haven't gotten to see it yet will get to have a copy and see it. So Full Metal Fantasy, with me being a big nerd dressed as Edward Elric. I know, you're wondering, how is that possible? You're so tall.
Yeah, you are.
I think short.
I don't like that word.
That's on there. And then also, years and years ago, long before there was an American Idol, there was a show called Star Search. Your mom and dad remember. Yes. Don't worry, it's true. I'm making it up. And I was actually a singer, a challenger, a male vocalist challenger on Star Search. Just one reason. And I sang a song that I wrote. I didn't expect to win, and I didn't. But you guys, don't get scared. Andy, don't get scared. This was like 1993.
Oh, that's old.
I was 4 years old. But
He's 5 years old.
it was, but here's the funny part. I was dressed in the style of the period, let's just say.
Oh my
I
God.
had a mullet. Oh yeah. And I was wearing a purple double-breasted suit. I thought it was so hot. What was wrong with me?
You are.
And I even wore a little bolo tie. You know, the kind that, like, they're basically strings and they have a little thing that goes up to the neck. Anyway, yeah, right? Exactly. So I didn't win. I didn't expect to win, but I didn't win, and so I was kind of embarrassed. It's like, nobody shall ever see this video. I buried it. I was like, nope, I'm gonna hide it away forever. And then, as I was putting together the live concert DVD, I thought, you know, somebody said to me, what bonus features are you going to put on the DVD? And I hadn't really even planned on putting any bonus features, but they said it as if, well, obviously you're going to put bonus features on it. What are you going to put on it? I was like, uh-oh. I better think of some bonus features. What can I put on there? And somebody said, you should put your appearance on Star Search. And I was like, no, I shouldn't. Because it would be the humiliation of my life. But then I thought, you know, what the heck, right? You know, face your humiliation. You know? If you can't laugh at yourself, you know what I mean? You can't take yourself too seriously. And so I decided to do it. So that's on there as well. So suffice to say, there are a lot of fun things on the DVD, as well as good music. And if you guys are interested, I'll have it. By the way, this is very important. This is very important. Your hat is awesome. That was the most important thing. The second... Someday, love will find you. I feel good. It's on sideways. That's the way I like to wear it, all right? It's a fashion choice. No, actually, I'm just too dumb to know which way it is. That's a great hat, man. Looks better on you, though, I'm sure. What was I talking about? Something
Important.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, it was very important. Oh, that's it. Thank you. Your hat reminded me. Praise the hat.
It is.
If you look in your schedules, you'll notice that there's no autograph session scheduled for me for tomorrow.
What?
And when I saw the schedule, I'm like, WTF? I'm never going to get to as many people as I'd like to if there's a whole day that I can't meet people. And so I begged them to find me a spot. And they did, and it's at, Sam? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock tomorrow, and I think I'm allowed to go as long as I want, which would be awesome.
Good.
So if I did not get to meet you yet, or if I did and you want another opportunity to slap me or whatever, or if I missed something that you wanted me to sign, or if you'd like to get the DVD or any of the music that I brought, tomorrow, 1 p.m. is another autograph session that is not going. It's in your room. And you know who's going to be there? Just you and me.
I'll see you tonight. I'll see you tonight.
The parents in the room were like, you told me he was a nice boy. This guy's a pervert. I'm harmless.
I'm legal.
Maybe. So, where is it, Sam? Is it that same room?
I said that.
A2?
You said
Autograph 2. A2. It was the magic of the hat. I was totally inspired by the hat. Let's see, anything else? What else? Oh! Where are they? Where'd you put them? Oh, yeah. Are there any Risible Rangers in the house? Because we have some esteemed guests here. One of them is the store manager for the Risible Rangers. She's one of our officers. Her name is Lovely Veronica. Stand up, Veronica! You know how cool Veronica is?
Really
She
cool.
brought free swag for you guys, so I'm gonna throw it, right? And you're like, oh, he doesn't have any more. Yes, I do. Okay, now this is important. These are pens. I've been told that pens will take people's eyes out. So my heart is telling me, don't throw them. But I want to throw them! Somebody just now. Oh, my eyes!
No, why? Oh, it's beautiful. Does it really? Oh.
Okay. Let's just talk about anything you want to talk about.
You're not getting that bag. Mom,
What was I going to say?
you never use that.
Oh, yes.
Be framed.
I'm working on a bunch of new stuff right now. Somebody's questioning me.
Get
What are you
framed.
working on? I'm working on a bunch of new things. What?
Star Trek!
Thank you for saying the two most important words. If you guys don't know anything about Star Trek, about what I'm doing, don't get scared, all right? But you only thought you were a big fan or something. I was the biggest nerd fan of Star Trek when I was a little boy. When I was 9, 10 years old, oh my gosh. I was this big around, little scrawny Vic Mignogna, in my Captain Kirk uniform. I would go to Star Trek conventions. You want to see one?
Yeah!
Hey, Bill, right? Is the other disc up? I'll just show you a little bit, just so you can totally see what a nerd I am. The menu will come up and it'll say Vic's, whatever, vintage Star Trek something. My mother, by the way, is sitting in the front row right here. And this is gonna take her back. She's like, oh my God, I remember that. You know what she used to call it? Tell them what you used to call it. Star Trash. This woman raised me. This is why I turned out this way. Okay. It's down toward the bottom, I think. At the very bottom, Star Trek Vintage. I'm just going to show it for a minute here, so just so you can see exactly what a nerd I was at what? Maybe this is probably by 11 years old or so here. With my toy phasers and okay, my transporter room was my bathroom. So I go in and I say, energize, and then aluminum foil. Okay, that's plenty enough. Turn it off.
No! Keep going!
You know what? Here's the best part. Here's the best part. Watch. I tell them to beam down my phaser. And I didn't realize that my zipper was down. Watch closely. And the guy shooting the camera goes, hey, your zipper's down. So I turn around and zip it up. Okay, turn it off, quick.
No! No! Keep it on! Big
Right? You did that too, didn't you? I knew it. So, suffice to say, I was a big Star Trek fan when I was a little boy. And about a year and a half ago, I formed a partnership with some friends, and we started something called Star Trek Continues. I don't want to take too long with it, but just let me tell you, in a nutshell, we rebuilt all of the original soundstage.
Oh my God.
Of the original series of Star Trek.
Oh my
I'm not talking about, we have a bridge. We have a transporter room. No, we have all of it. We rebuilt, and we have a 9,600 square foot building in Jacksonville, Florida, where we've rebuilt, like, down to the inch, the big bending corridor, transporter room, briefing room, sick bay, captain's quarters, bridge, all of it.
Oh my God.
And in January of this year, this past January, we shot our first premiere episode. Who in here is a big enough nerd who can tell me who played Scotty in the original series of Star Trek?
Jimmy Doohan.
Jimmy Doohan was his name. James Doohan, the original Scotty. I mean, like, beam me up, Scotty, the original guy. His son, Chris Doohan, plays Scotty in our series. I mean, it's kind of awesome. How many of you guys are Mythbusters fans? Guess who plays Sulu? Grant Imahara from Mythbusters. And I am fulfilling a childhood dream of getting to play Captain Kirk. We shot this episode. It was a sequel to an original series episode. And we even got the guest star. The actor who played the guest starring role 45 years ago in the original episode reprises his role in our episode as the same character that he played 45 years ago. It's awesome fun. And let me just tell you, I know you think I'm partial. Nothing looks as much like the original series as what we've done. We have nailed every element of the original series of Star Trek. The lighting, the story, the sets, the costumes, the sound, the design, the acting. We're even presenting it in 4:3, as opposed to 16:9, right? All televisions nowadays are 16:9. Well, back when they did the original series of Star Trek, there was no 16:9. Everything was 4:3. So we were even presenting it in exactly the same format. The music, everything about it is spot on. You know what the two most common things we hear people say about it are? Number one, I felt like I was 12 years old again watching Star Trek with my dad. I mean, I just want to cry when I hear that. Because that was my memory, my childhood memory. The second thing that people say is, after 10 minutes, I forgot I was watching a fan production. It was so realistic, so well done, that I felt like I completely forgot that I was watching fans. Suddenly, I was there, and I thought it was just the next episode in the series. So I encourage you guys to check it out, StarTrekContinues.com, official Star Trek Continues on Facebook. The episode is on the episode is on YouTube and Vimeo, both of those video sites. It looks better on Vimeo. I think most people agree that like the video quality on Vimeo is usually a little bit better. But it's on both sites. And it has close to 500,000 views already. It's only been up for about 7 or 8 weeks. So please check it out and spread the good word. I guarantee somebody close to you, if you don't like Star Trek, you should. But if you don't like Star Trek, somebody close to you does. Your dad, your mom, your uncle, your school teacher, your neighbor, your grandfather, somebody loved the original series of Star Trek. So share the love and spread the word about it, okay? I also am on Twitter, so please feel free to follow me on Twitter. If you can figure out how to spell my last name, it's Vic Mignogna, at Vic Mignogna. So, at Vic McDermott, that's right. Okay, let's go ahead and spend as much time as possible chatting, talk about things you want to talk about. Who's got a question? Yes, sweetheart.
Me?
Yes, school.
Okay.
Oh, school. It's okay, my mom's right here. She's not gonna let me get away with anything. You're awesome. What's your question?
On your wedding and happy
Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you. Happy early birthday. I can't believe you just said that. Birthday is this month.
Happy birthday!
It's at the end of the month. And I don't even want to tell you how old I'm going to be. Because it was scary.
Shut up!
Oh my God!
Hey, my mom's the same age!
Why did you do that?
He's running down.
You can't hide behind my little brother Al. You know what? I should just embrace it, shouldn't I?
Are you? Yes! You should!
It's hard for to me because I feel
Hey, my
so
mom's the
young.
same age.
God bless you. See, now you can teach her something.
Vic, you
How
look...
good, Mandy, how good would I have felt if that girl would have yelled out, 31! Like,
Okay,
God
21.
bless you. Here's a $20 bill.
25?
Could have made 20 bucks right there. 31. Could have made 20 bucks.
I said 21.
Okay, here's 50 bucks for her right here. She just said 21.
18.
I am going to be, at the end of this month, don't get scared, right? I'm going to be 51 years old.
You liar. You're not old. What are you talking about?
That's right, isn't it?
I know. Mom, I
Please
knew.
tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I did the math wrong.
Don't worry, Vic.
You know what? I love what I do so much, you guys. And you know what? Let me give you a little secret. Someday, you're going to be 51 too.
Yay!
And you know who's going to remind you of it? That girl, right? She's going to show up at your doorstep and she's going to go, "You're going to be 51!"
I seem so proud of it.
Here's a little advice to you from Grandpa.
Or Dad.
Fill your life with things that give you joy. Do things you love to do. I just showed you a little home movie. By the way, when that was made, there was no such thing as video.
Damn.
That's how scary. That was an 8mm movie. Home movies.
Oh.
That was made 40 years ago.
Aww.
And here I am now, still doing the same thing. What's wrong with me? But you know what? Fill your life with things that you love. Fill your life with things that make you, you know what I mean? That make your blood run a little quicker. That you have a passion for. It doesn't matter whether you're paid to do it or not. Being paid for something is the most overrated thing in the world, you guys. Trust me, as somebody who knows, and you parents, you adults in here, you'll agree with me, I bet. People that follow the dollar, people that make decisions in their lives all around the almighty dollar are not happy. There's no joy in that.
Aw.
I gotta tell you something, I've said this before, if you watch any videos on YouTube, and I don't want to sound like a preacher or anything, but I'm going to tell you something that I really want you to take it to heart. You will be infinitely happier in your life making $30,000 a year doing something that you love than making $300,000 doing something you hate. I promise you it's true. I don't even ask how much certain jobs I do pay, because I don't care. I just love what I do. And so I want that for you guys. I would want that for you. If you love to draw, don't ever stop drawing. If you love to make costumes, don't ever stop. If you love to sing, sing.
Oh, yes.
Sing in the shower, sing in the car, sing at work, sing anywhere you can.
I do.
Do the things, continue to fill your life with the things that give you joy. And you'll feel, like me, you'll feel 21 years old and people have to remind you that you're not. Or when you look in the mirror, you're like, ooh, who's that guy? But anyway, so that's just my encouragement to you. I love you guys so much. You have been so kind to me over the years, and I never imagined that my life would take the course that it has.
How do you do with being short?
I love you guys, I mean it. You guys, when I started voice acting, this was probably the entire anime community right here in this room.
Oh God.
It wasn't that big. And I never imagined anything would come of it. But it did, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And you guys have brought so much joy to my life. And I love what I do, and I would pray that for all of you in whatever you pursue. And it doesn't even have to be something creative, you guys. It doesn't have to be something, oh, well, I can't sing and I can't dance. So what? I'll bet you're really good at something. You know what I love? You know what I love? I love vacuuming the floor, making the lines, making those cool little zigzag lines. I love that stuff.
Yeah, if you're lore makes marks.
See my point? It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be a star to find things that you enjoy, that give you joy. There are people that are plumbers that love what they do. They really love the idea of putting pipes together in a certain way that makes water go from there to there. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be something famous or something fancy or artistic. Find the things that you love to do and look for opportunities to do. Okay? Okay, that's enough of the deep, heavy talk.
Now.
Who's got a question? Yes. Hit me with a one.
What am I saying?
How are you supposed to do it?
Go ahead, hit me.
Hit me with your big shot.
Figuratively, hit me. Every time I talk, she just laughs. I'm not really sure what that means.
Your voice is so funny.
Yes, ma'am. What is your question? A dare from your mother.
Oh dear.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Otakon was in Alaska. No, I don't remember. Yes, I know I do. I do remember Otakon, yes. No, you weren't. Really? Was your mom carrying you in her arms? I mean, that was a while ago. Well, welcome to Otakon in Baltimore. You're stepping it up, aren't you? You know what? I would love to do that, and I would like to. Let's do it after, because we have a lot of questions, and I definitely want to get to as many as possible. But I will glomp you for days. That did not come out right at all. Yes.
So, what's your favorite character besides the ones that you do, like your anime, and what would your impersonation of them be?
You have to think.
I just had an idea for another DVD moment. You know, I really have always thought that I was pretty good at impersonating Yoda.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, can I tell you something? I do a good Yoda. I do a good Yoda. And you know what? I love it so much that I actually took a scene from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my God!
And I ripped. Is our menu up? Let's bring our menu up.
Oh gosh.
And I took a scene from Empire Strikes Back and I ripped Yoda's voice out of it, and I'm gonna dub it for you live right now. Okay?
Oh my God!
Go back to the menu, please. Please, no more skinny Vic Star Trek.
But you're cute.
Okay, you see it? Empire Strikes Back. Now let's bring the volume up, okay? On the track. Go ahead and hit it. And I may or may not remember the words, so bear with me. You'll know it's live because I'm gonna mess up. Ready?
I'm sure it's delicious. I just don't understand why we can't see Yoda now.
Patience, for the Jedi it is time to eat as well. Good food. Good food. Good food.
How far away is Yoda? Will it take us long to get there?
Not far, Yoda, not far. Patience. Soon you will be with him.
It's actually really
Go, please. I go. Why do you wish to become Jedi?
Mostly because of my father, I guess.
Oh, father, powerful Jedi was he? Powerful Jedi.
Come on. How could you know my father? You don't even know who I am. No, I don't even know what I'm doing here. We're wasting our time.
I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience.
You will learn patience.
Much anger in him. Like his father.
Was I any different when you taught me?
He is not ready.
Yoda. I am ready. Ben, I can be a Jedi. Ben, tell him I'm ready.
Ready? What know you of ready? For 800 years have I trained Jedi. My own counsel will I keep on who is to be trained. A Jedi must have the deepest commitment, the most serious mind. This one, a long time have I watched. All his life has he looked away to the future, to the horizon, never his mind on where he was. What he was doing. Adventure, excitement. A Jedi craves not these things. You are reckless.
So was I, if you remember.
He's too old. Yes, too old to begin the training.
But I've learned so much.
Will he finish what he begins?
I won't fail you. I'm not afraid.
Oh, you will be.
After this, we'll kiss it on the contract.
You will be.
Before we go to the artist out. I'm afraid this is going to. I'm trying to get you raise your hand now.
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Way over there.
So that's kind of an answer to the question, isn't it? Okay, let's go in the back. I would almost call on the girl that yelled out my age, but you know what, why not? Just to show that I have no hard feelings, right?
First off, my sister is suspicious that you own the Fountain of Youth.
I'm sorry that I don't, but...
She's seen your picture, she's like, oh my god. Actually, I don't have a question. I have a friend of mine who asked me to give you a letter.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Where's your friend? Will you please tell her I said hello? I don't know if I want to do that. Well, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think it would probably be better to make it private, you know? So just in case there's anything a little personal in it, but please thank her for me and tell her to give her mom my best. And give my mom my best. She's up here. Okay, Winry. Do you have a question for me, Winry? So, Winry, you want to get married or what? What is your question?
All the guys in Aura know how to ballroom dance, as gentlemen need to learn to know. Do you know? And if you don't, would you like to learn?
That seems like an invitation.
Is ballroom dance, is that a euphemism for something? Do I have to ballroom dance like right now? No, right? Of course not. Okay, well then the answer is no. I don't know how to ballroom dance. Okay, there. I said it. No, I don't, actually. Now, when you say all the guys, you mean all of the characters in the show. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're all quite skilled at the arts of entertaining. But unfortunately, I'm not so talented in ballroom dancing. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, you saw it.
You're the only person other than Bill Shatner who actually does a good Bill Shatner.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Where do you go? How do you start? What do you...
You know what? I'm so glad you asked, because I know a lot of people probably have that question. Getting into voice acting, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? You would want that, right?
Yes.
You wouldn't want me to like make up some pie in the sky thing, right? You would want to know the truth. Well, here's the truth. It's a lot harder to get into it now than when I started. When I started, as I said, it was very small. I was working on a video production in Houston, Texas, and I've been acting since I was a little boy. Any chance I could get to act or perform. Church plays, school plays, community theater, drama camp, anything I could do just to perform. And one day, a guy I was working with in Houston said, "You've got a lot of experience in acting, don't you?" "Yeah, been doing it all my life." And he said, "You should go and audition for this place here in Houston called ADV Films. They buy these animated shows, these Japanese shows, and they dub them into English. And they're looking for actors." And I was like, "Really? That sounds really fun." I didn't ask how much it paid. I didn't care. I was like, wow, more chance to act, right? Something fun. And so I went and auditioned, and I got cast, and the first role I ever played was Vega in Street Fighter 2.
Oh my.
But then it kind of picked up from there, and I was just blessed, and I mean blessed. God blessed me to give me the opportunity to get into this industry when it was still very small, and there wasn't as much competition. Now, it's a lot harder. That's just the truth. And I love you, so I'm going to tell you the truth. However, if you're interested in pursuing voice acting, here are the things I suggest. 1, pursue acting, not voice acting. Acting is the key to being a good voice actor. How many of you guys remember a time when English dubs were really bad? Some of you are too young to remember, but there was a time when English dubs were pretty bad. Does anyone know why they were so bad? You know why? I'm going to tell you, because a lot of you may not know. Because when companies would buy these shows and they would want to dub them into English, they thought to themselves, who could we get to play these roles in English? And the first thought that came to their mind was, we should get radio guys, because they know how to work a microphone. They're experienced with talking into the microphone. It's 14 minutes past 5, and you know, the whole radio personality guys. The problem was they weren't actors. They knew how to work the microphone, and they probably had really good voices, but they weren't actors. So those dubs, while the guys had technically really good voices, they couldn't capture the, you know what I mean, the drama and the pathos of the characters. So they ended up being kind of stilted. Okay, I'll come with you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And about 15 years ago, that changed because some companies started hiring actors. They started thinking, you know what? We want them to act. Forget the whole radio personality, radio voice guy. Let's hire some actors. So the first thing I would encourage you to do is get as much experience as you can acting. Get in your school's productions, get in community theater in your area, get in church programs, take acting classes, anything to develop those skills. Every voice actor I know has a huge background in acting. Some of them even have degrees in acting. Like some of them have master's degrees in theater. Myself, I minored in theater, I majored in film, and then I minored in theater. So the first thing would be acting. The second thing is you have to be where that kind of work is done. That makes sense, right? There are certain cities in the country where certain kind of things happen, you know? I've said before in panels like this, if I wanted to be a country music singer, where would I go? Texas, Nashville, right? Where the country music is. Nashville's the country music capital of the world. There are only about 5 or 6 places where voice acting is done with any kind of volume. 1, Los Angeles, Dallas, Houston, New York, a little bit, Vancouver, Canada, and that's about it. So if you ever want to get into that business, you have to be where those opportunities are. So those are really the only 2 things. Get yourself acting experience and be where the opportunities are. You could be the greatest actor who ever lived, and if you live in Paducah, Kentucky, chances are you're not going to get many chances to act, right? Stands to reason. So those are the 2 things. Now, it's very important that you hear me. I'm not encouraging any of you young kids, to pack up your bags and move to Texas because you think you're going to be a famous voice actor. That would be irresponsible. That'd be a bad move. Because I don't even know many voice actors who make a full-time living voice acting. It does not pay a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's very fulfilling and enjoyable, but it doesn't pay a lot of money. So get yourself training at things that you can be good at, that you can make a living at, while you're pursuing whatever goals you may have in voice acting or acting, okay? That's the best information I can give you guys. And I certainly wish you the best with it. Yes?
The deal.
Todd Habercorn is the little annoying little brother that I never had. I love Todd. Seriously. But quite honestly, I mean, he's half my age. So I consider him like a younger brother. I do. He's like my little annoying little brother. But we tease each other a lot. You know, we mess around with each other a lot, just like brothers do. But at the end of the day, I love the guy. And we're good friends, we're close. In fact, if you wonder whether or not I'm telling you the truth, all I need to let you know is, guess who plays Mr. Spock in my Star Trek series? Now, if I didn't like the guy, I wouldn't let him play Mr. Spock, I can promise you that. So we have a wonderful time. We've done funny little challenging videos back and forth and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. And we're good friends. So, Maka, your dad loves you.
The question is, so Star Trek was your favorite show when you were a kid. What's it like acting in it?
It's beyond words. I mean, I can't even tell you. When we built these sets, and then to put on a uniform and walk through those sets as Captain Kirk, when you were a little boy and you made cardboard sets in your apartment, or you built things in the backyard out in the woods, you know, or I asked my mom to teach me how to use the sewing machine so I could make my own costumes. It's really crazy to realize what I'm able to do now. And it took a lot of effort by a lot of people. And it took a lot of money, as you can imagine, to build something like that. It's not free. And renting buildings like that are not free. But I've worked really hard my whole life, and I got the opportunity to do something like this, and it's like a dream come true. You know what everybody asks me? This falls right into what we were talking about earlier, with the whole money being the motivation thing. Every time I tell somebody what I'm doing, in Los Angeles especially, do you know what the first thing they say is? How are you making money with it? How do you plan to make money with it? You're making money, aren't you? How much money is it? And I look at them, and I say, nothing. We can't make money off of it. It's a licensed property. Star Trek is licensed by CBS. You can't just make Star Trek and sell it. That's illegal. I'm like, I'm not making any money off of it. And they're like, well, how did you build all those sets? I'm like, I have a bank account. I spent my money. Lots of it. To build all that. Somebody had to buy the lumber. You know, somebody had to open up a Lowe's account and buy all of that lumber and all the nails and paint, carpeting and all of it. Somebody had to rent the building. And you should see the look on their faces. They can't even conceive that you would do something for the love of it and not for money. Sorry? What did you say? What did you say, really? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know why they don't get it. Because chances are there's something in their life that they love very much and they would do regardless of whether they were paid to do it. Mine just happens to be Star Trek. So it's really interesting because we can't make money, we can't sell it, but that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because all of us, when we were little kids, we loved Star Trek. And now the chance to do it as grown-ups. And here's the cool thing, you guys. Remember what I told you my college degree is in? Film. So I know how to shoot, direct, edit, right? All of the things, sound design, related to film. And I've been acting since I was a little boy. And here's my childhood love of Star Trek. So what am I getting to do?
Put them together.
To merge the skills that I've developed over the years in production with my childhood love. And I'm not alone. The guy that's my cameraman, the guy that's the sound guy, the guys that are building sets, they all have these amazing skills in their respective areas, but we all have one thing in common. When we were little kids, we loved Star Trek. So we get to do this together. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Yes.
Do you have a question? Don't eat my question.
That Ed is pretty much a hypocrite, because I know I watch on videos a lot, where Ed said he learned his lesson after Nina died. But technically those first 2 episodes take place after that. So I just want to know what you thought of that.
That's awesome. What's a great observation. Smart as well as hungry. You're awesome, Gluttony. You know what? Ed is most certainly a hypocrite. And you know what? So are all of us. I mean, if you breathe breath, if you're a human being, at some point in your life, we'll all be hypocrites. It's not as horrible a word as you may think. It just means that you don't always make choices to do things the way that you say you believe. We all do that. I do it all the time. I'll be the first to admit it. You know, and it's funny because we hate that about ourselves, but it's human. It's being human. You know, we're all hypocritical in some way if you catch us at just the right time. We say something, and then we turn around and do something completely the opposite of what we said we believed or what we thought about something. But that's just being human. So I don't condemn Ed for being a hypocrite, because I know I'm one, and I cannot resist that hand. Those claws. It's like I'm getting a question from a tree. It's a tree in winter. Can I just say, lust is my favorite homunculi. You know why?
Because he really hates envy.
3 reasons. 1, she's hot. 2, she's hot. And 3, because she turns and she shows a side of her that has some goodness in it and and tries to help at the end. I love that. Yes, my dear. What's your question? You look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you. My friend here is a big fan of your work on the One Piece song.
Oh!
And he was wondering if you could sing us a tiny bit of it.
Yes! Well, there are 3 One Piece songs that I did. Which one do you like?
The rap, the one that starts out with the rap. My name is Willow, I'm just like a samurai and LADY now.
Uh-oh, which one is that? There's We Are, and then there's Hikari. Is that the, and then there's A to Z.
I think it's A to Z.
Is it? Yeah. You can't stop me now, I'm always going A to Z. I run without stopping. Sometimes I worry I'm not gonna make it, but I know that it's just a little farther. Da 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 da. I don't remember the words, but I like to sing it anyway. And then of course there's come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. One Piece, dun 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 dun. Let's see, what's the other one? Don't stop, we're in love. That's Dragon Ball. How's Hikari go? What?
I think back to the time when my search first began.
Right! I think back to the time when my search first began. I left behind those shores of sand for the endless, everlasting world up there. I love that song. It's too high. And it takes your breath away. You have to sing too much. Too soon, too fast. Yes?
Say, say that you're my favorite voice actor. You're
We should have done Full
the
Metal
first
today.
one whose name I ever bothered to
You
learn.
fucking plan.
So basically, you were a genius when you were a child. The first name she learned has 14 syllables. You're a genius. I can just see like a 6-month-old saying my last name. Say mommy, say. Your dad's like, say daddy, say daddy. Mignogna. What? What did she just say?
I also wanted to know, are there any animes that haven't been dubbed that you would like to work on?
Yes.
Guilty crown! Guilty crown! Guilty crown!
Attack on Titan!
Who just said Attack on Titan?
Yes!
Let me say something, all right? That was your question?
Yeah.
What happened?
You walked away.
Oh, I had to beat up the girl in the back. That's right. You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Right behind this screen, 25 minutes ago, right before I came out to talk with you guys, there was one of the Japanese guests who is a part of, or I don't know if he wrote it, or directed it or something, Attack on Titan.
Oh my
He's the
god.
editor. I don't know. I recognized his face because we've done a lot of conventions together. But I was standing back there and he's like, Vic, good to see you. And I'm like, God, good to see you. And we had a translator talking and he said to me, are you going to voice act Attack on Titan? And I said, I would love to. If somebody will let me, I've got money, I'll pay. I would love to be part of that show.
Aaron!
You don't know?
Aaron! Do Aaron!
Is there a character named Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron Yeager!
Okay, you know what, you guys? Would you do something for me?
What?
Let's do an experiment.
Okay.
Let's see whether or not the fans have any pull or influence. I don't know, maybe they do. Maybe they don't, in some of these kind of decisions. But do this for me. Get online, wherever, like forums and stuff like that, and say how much you would love to have me be a part of that show. I would love to do it, but here's the truth is, you know what, you guys? When you think of people like Robert De Niro or Brad Pitt or all these super movie stars, they choose their projects. All Brad Pitt has to do is call up his agent and say, I want to do that. I'd like to do that. And they're in. No such love for us. We're lowly voice actors. I make no choices about roles that I play. I audition my little heart out like everybody else, and I hope for a chance to be a part of something. So do me a favor, and if you would do that for me, you know who's somebody else I would love to play in answer to your question up here? I would love to play Tuxedo Mask. I have heard that there's more Sailor Moon coming at some point. I don't know what studio's doing it. I don't know where it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. But I would love to play Tuxedo Mask. So.
Yes, yes. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Put your hand up. Wave it around like you just don't care.
So do that for me if you would. If there are places that you as anime fans frequent where you talk about shows that are coming out, people that you, and be prepared for somebody to reply, oh, not Vic Mignogna, he's a jerk. I hate him, he's the worst voice actor ever. No, it's okay. It's okay, I can take it.
Shake your hand, shake your hand, shake your hand.
It's fine. But if there are places like that, let them know, because I love, I told him, I was like, do you have any power? And he, you know, I don't even know if that came across or not, but I don't know if he does. But I would love to be a part of it. I just love what I do. You know what? Don't tell anybody what I'm about to tell you. I would do what I do for free. I mean, don't tell the studios that, because then they just won't send me any checks. But I love what I do. And I would do it for nothing, just to be able to continue to do it. And then I'd find some other way, you know what I mean, to pay my bills. But to be able to do it, I love doing it. So spread the word if you can. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. Yes, sir. They're giving me the 5 minutes. 2 minutes?
No!
I hate that. You know, I asked them to give me like 2-hour autograph sessions, and or 2-hour Q&A sessions, and they just don't. I mean, there's just too many things to schedule. But we always run out of time. Yes?
My question is, can I have...
Get up. Come on. Okay, who's got a really good question? Not? Okay, listen closely.
Do the short one! The short person!
Not a request, but a genuine... Okay, you're dressed as my teacher. You better have a good question, all right?
Where is she?
Holy moly, what a question!
If you had the opportunity, would you be able to use 2 human
Did you hear that? Get a load of this one. You ready? Oh my gosh, you are my teacher.
Knowing the consequences, would you do human transportation to save your mother?
Knowing the consequences, would you do human transmutation to save your mother? Doggone it, why did I call on her?
It was a trap! You should have known.
You know what? Let's ask Mother. Did you hear the question? You've seen Full Metal Alchemist. You know about how they did the transmutation and used alchemy to try to bring their mom back. Bad idea. Bad things happen. Not supposed to do it. If something happened to you, and I had the chance to try to bring you back, knowing the consequences, what would you want me to do?
Not want you to do it because I wouldn't want bad things to happen to you.
That was money well spent. You know what? That's probably one of the reasons that Full Metal is so compelling. That the whole story is so compelling. Because if I were to ask everyone in this room that same question, they would, if they really thought about it, they would probably be so torn. Because they would want to help, even if they knew what they were going to do was going to be ultimately destructive, their love for somebody would make them want to help. Therein is the dilemma. And that's one of the reasons why that show is such a compelling show. You guys, I'm out of time. She's 18 today. What is your name, sweetie? Christina. Everybody say hi to Christina. Hi, Christina. Christina, look around here. Have you ever been sung happy birthday to by about, like, I don't know, like 1,500 people? Okay, we're gonna sing happy birthday to Christina, okay? Oh, hold on, okay, Christina, I'm gonna have to ask you to do something though. It's gonna require a little courage. Are you strong and brave? Yes, stand up on the chair. This is Christina! Okay, let's everybody sing happy birthday to Christina, okay? Don't forget her name. When it gets to the part where happy birthday, dear Christina. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Christina. Happy birthday to you. Christina. Happy birthday, dear Christina. Happy birthday to you. I love you to death. I hope you'll come to autographs tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Thank you so much.